A few years ago, I wouldn't have glanced twice at a step van. Then one day, my brother Craig sent me this picture of this sick little P10 he had bought. And suddenly, something I never knew I wanted became something that would start defining my journey. I didn't set out to build a van. I never planned this route. I set out chasing stories. For years, I've been what you'd probably call a guerrilla filmmaker. One man, a camera, long drives, early mornings, late nights. I remember sitting in a park once with nothing but a chair, a camera, and a sign that said I wanted to hear people's journeys. A 17-year-old kid sat down, his life already with mistakes attached to it. Detention centers, ankle monitors, broken friendships. The kind of labels that tend to stick. As we talked, it became super clear that he didn't sit down because he wanted the world to know his mistakes. He sat down because he wanted someone to know there was more to him. His mistakes so far didn't define him. He still has dreams for a future. He still believes he can become something different, and that needed to be heard. But you had to listen long enough to hear that in his story. We all deserve to be heard. We all long to know we matter. Seldom Heard started in small towns because that's where I live. That's where I grew up. But it was never about that geography specifically. It was about listening better and asking better questions and giving people space to say what's actually on their heart. That pursuit has opened up doors I honestly never expected. From producing full-length documentaries about crazy people riding bikes, to having some of my shots appear in a Sundance film. And that journey has led right here. The step van isn't just a vehicle. It's not just a super cool character in the story. It'll become a self-contained, road-ready production studio on wheels. Built for in-depth interviews, stripped-down live music sessions, and pop-up gatherings anywhere the road leads. It removes location as a barrier, and it lets the space travel with me. And I dream of the day that someone sees the step van rolling down the road, the Seldom Heard logo on the side, and they feel something. Not because it's flashy and not because it's famous, but because they know what it stands for. I want it to be the kind of thing where someone sees it and thinks, if I could sit in that van, I would be heard. To remind them that they matter. To remind them their story isn't small. To inspire them to listen better when someone else starts to speak. My faith has shaped this deeply. I believe that when we serve one another, when we truly listen, something in this world heals. And I want my kids to see that. I want them to watch their dad choose a life that serves instead of consumes. I want them to see a man who values the stories of others deeply. But here's the ask. We need funds to move a little faster. The goal is big. It is $15,000. With my background in auto restoration, a father that lives on our property and loves a good project, and some incredibly skilled friends that have already offered to help, that amount will go a long way. It gets the van fully rolling. It covers build-out essentials, power, production setup, structure, and it's the spark. If I could fund this alone, I would. But honestly, purchasing the van kind of emptied us. And I've never been good at asking for help, especially financially. But I've also come to learn and truly believe this. Some of us are gifted to seek, to see, to hear, to listen, and to tell stories. Others are gifted to build, to fund, to fix, and to open doors. And when those gifts come together around something meaningful, sparks become wildfires. If you believe everyone deserves to be heard, if you believe listening better can change things, if you have stories or passions you'd love to share, I'd love for you to join this. You can give financially. You can share this. And that's no small thing. Please, please share this. You can pray. You can offer your skills. You can connect me to someone whose story needs this space. One person may not fund this alone, but enough people who believe in it. That changes everything. So let's get this step van rolling, and let's make sure no one goes unhurt.